Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at our first assignment, which is creating a blog post. Now, for this, we're going to use the WordPress platform. And This blog is going to act as sort of a launch pad for a lot of your future assignments. Almost every assignment you'll do in here will involve a writing portion to it. And uh, this blog is where you'll submit those writing portions. You'll also have the option later on of doing them on your website instead. But today we're going to take a look at blog and we're going to use WordPress for this. Now, WordPress is a really cool platform. It's actually the largest social media platform in the world, which is why we're taking a look at it. And really, about 1 in 6 websites that you use runs WordPress in some form or capacity. So it's larger even than in many ways, than the big social media giants that you're used to seeing, things like Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. And that also gives it a lot of value as a professional skill. The ability to work with WordPress it's very widespread. So in order to do this, we're going to go ahead and walk through the process today of actually creating a blog and creating a new account and creating our first blog post and then customizing our blog just a little bit. So I've gone ahead and laid out these steps for you. Feel free to follow those on your own at your own pace, or if you ever need reference, come back to this video or those steps, or come talk to me. I'm always available. Now, the first thing you need to do is go to www.wordpress.com. You can see this here. Once you're at the WordPress site, if you already have an account, you can go ahead and use that and let me know, and I'll walk you through the process of creating a second separate blog. But if you don't have one, or if you want to create a new one for this class, then go ahead and click on that Get Started button at the top. Now, as you go through this, the WordPress program is going to ask you a lot of questions. Feel free to answer these as honestly as you can. One of the goals I have for you guys for this blog is that you use it as a platform for self-expression, for sort of creating your own presence on the web. One thing to note is that just about everything you do here will be publicly visible. So be aware of that. Be aware that potential future employers may take a look at it. And that in some way this is sort of a presence for you online. Now, as you answer these things, keep in mind that all of this can be changed later. So if you decide at some point down the line you want to change the purpose of all this, you're not locked into anything, and you can sort of just take your time and enjoy it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come up with a name for our site. So I'm going to come up, you can see I've already created an example. So I'm going to go ahead and call this CSIT 1060 example blog 1. And so I've already created mine. I'm going through this process a second time, but feel free to name this whatever you like. And I'm going to say that this site is about web programming. And I'm going to showcase my portfolio. Now I'm also going to just pick 3 down here for how comfortable I am. Now on this page, we'll give our site an address, and this can be anything you want. Really, this is your username. So this is your username that you're doing here. So I'm going to call this one CSIT 1060 example blog, and you'll see that that came up with a list of recommended URLs, addresses for the website we're creating, for the blog we're creating. And I'm going to make sure that I stick with the free one. Now, one thing is that you have a lot of opportunities to spend money doing things like this, and at some point you may decide that that's worth it. But for this class, there's no need to spend any money. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I choose that free option. You'll see that appends a .wordpress.com to whatever I'd chosen as my username. And then I'm also going to choose the free option for my plan, so that I don't have to pay anything for this. Now it is going to ask for an email address and a password here, and so since I've already created one using my Sting email, I'm going to go ahead and use a temporary email for my email address, one that I'm just using for this. Okay, and it says that one's not going to work, so we're going to need to change our temporary email. We'll try temp email 12345, and let's try this one again. Okay, so that one seems to work. We'll just give this a simple password and go ahead and log in. Now, one of the things that's going to happen here is that it will say we're ready, so we can say continue, and it's actually going to build our blog for us. So this is our blog right now, and you'll see that it's got a bunch of posts in here about cars, and it looks like some artwork maybe, and a globe, and a sign there. And so this is just a example web page. So we'll want to go through and actually delete these older, or these automatically populated blog posts as we get into developing this and customizing it. But for right now, the first thing I want to do is actually write a blog post. So we can do that by going to the right button in the top right corner. And this will take us to our new post page. So we need to give our post a title. So this is first post. And then down below we can add some text. Now what I want you guys to write for your first post is a brief introduction to yourself. I want you to tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how you got here. Don't spend too much time on that. What I really want to know about, though, is what you want to take out of this class. Now, everybody's taking this class for a reason, and often that reason is that it's required for a major, or maybe you're actually just very interested in web programming and you want to develop that. And those are good things for me to know. But what I really want to know is that given how present the internet is in all of our lives, there is real value in being able to be a creator of content for the internet, whether that's through things like blog posts, by creating custom applications through some of the programming that we'll be looking at, through creating some content either via social media or YouTube or another content creation platform, or through managing a business that maintains a web presence. And so there's a lot to this. There's a lot of opportunity for you guys to really choose your sort of your interests and develop those interests under the umbrella of this class. And so I want you guys to take a look at our topic list. If there's anything that strikes you, let me know. And if there's not, then what do you want to know about? What are the sorts of things you do on the web that you potentially want to become a part of or have value in developing? So I'm just going to create some sample text here. I am a teacher, and I'm going to go ahead and publish. Okay, so it says to publish, we need to confirm our email address. So if we come over here, we should be able to see that we have a activation email, and so we'll confirm that. And we are now done with that email. And now we have a publish button, and if we click publish, then it will go ahead and actually post our website. So this is now a visible website. If we go to this website, if we type in that URL we created, you'll see that I actually have this first blog post posted here. You'll also see that we've got some other information down here, things that we'll be able to customize later. Now, customizing these blogs is one of the cool things about these. If you go into the My Site menu, you'll see an awful lot that you can do in terms of creating other pages, creating blog posts, uploading media, and really using this as a platform or a portfolio for whatever you want to do with it. So feel free to play around with this. I would encourage you to take some time with it. The more time you spend setting this up, the more value you'll have out of it, the more polished it'll look, and the better it will serve you in terms of what we're doing going forward. So one of the things I wanted to show you is this themes option. If you come into the themes option, what themes are preset layouts and styles for your blog. And so you can actually spend some time playing with these and really develop what you what your website looks like. Really personalize it, customize it, and go forward with it. And so if you click on these themes, you'll see that there are a whole bunch of them here. Some of them do come with a cost, but many of them don't and are therefore free. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this Baskerville 2. That looks like a fun one. So I'm going to go ahead and click that and then say try and customize. And that should apply it to my website. And so now if I say activate and publish, and then go back to visiting the website, you'll see that my website or my blog has now taken on this theme. It's still got that first post. It's still got a bunch of that extra stuff that we said we were going to get rid of in there, but it's now taken on this theme. And I can go through and customize this, change the fonts, change the colors, and really make it my own. Change sort of this banner up here. We can change our logo. We can change our background image. And really just sort of make this art. So spend some time with this. Play around with different themes, try customizing them, try coming up with your own. One of the things as we go through the rest of the semester, we'll learn how to make these much more interactive. We'll be learning HTML, CSS, and a little bit of JavaScript, and all three of those technologies actually work directly within WordPress. So as we go through the semester and you explore some of these topics, you'll actually learn a lot about how you can sort of expand this and do some really cool stuff with it. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to help in any way I can. And so once you get this done, what I want you to do is get that first post set up, and then on Brightspace, there will be a place to submit called Creating a Blog, and go ahead and submit a link to your blog there. So find that first post, and then go ahead and send me the link to it. And I think that's it.